what's up, everybody? We are live for this first episode anyway. And we are back. The Cartoon Classic continues. This is the second wild card matchup for when Toons Combine. I, of course, am your host, Dutchie, joined as always by my main man, MoneyE.
What's up?
The next one in line, Shawn.
Hello.
And then, of course, our other trusted ally, Dave.
Let's go. We're here, boys.
Whoop, whoop.
It's the tournament.
Yeah. So so we are in the midst of the Cartoon Classic. The single elimination matches have started. Last week, Rugrats absolutely obliterated Superman. They won.
You didn't get any good feedback from that.
Did you get in trouble?
No, I thought you told me.
Oh, yeah, well, I got one person that said a word that I cannot say on air because I will get canceled.
Okay.
I
thought it was multiple people.
No, it was just one person. I mean, Danga wasn't happy about it, but he also knows you guys. Well, at least you and Shawn. Dave, he really doesn't know that well.
I'm the wild card.
So he was just like, yeah, you guys were wrong. And then I had somebody at work who was not happy with that and thinks that you guys again, I cannot say the word. And I said, it's their opinion. I go, it wasn't a fight, it's their opinion. And if they are what you say they are, they fit the mode of the show. So
hey,
that's why
I am whatever you say I am. If I wouldn't,
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate.
If you want to judge, you can come on the show.
Right. Voice your opinion. Bring it to us, Doc.
Yeah. So he's lazy. He's not going to do that.
Fair enough.
So, all right. So this is the second wild card matchup. Simpsons versus Recess. This is another one where, you look at it on paper, and even though Recess scored higher in points, it also helped that there was 5 people judging as opposed to the 3 people that judged when the Simpsons had their episode. Now, if I would have counted everybody judging in the chat room on that episode, the Simpsons score would have been higher. But I ran out of room on the paper, and Saturday night's main event was on that night, and I didn't want to miss it. So and it was the first episode we ever did, so I kind of half-assed it. Because that's how I do things on the first test run. So it's Simpsons versus Recess. Recess has the wild card spot right now. Simpsons is looking to take it. Might not be that hard. Your 7 categories are theme song, animation quality, originality and creativity, characters, episodes, humor and entertainment value, and cultural impact and legacy. Last week, Rugrats won 5 categories to 2. So basically, this is almost like this is a best of 7. First show to get 4 category wins it. If they sweep out, we're still going to do the other categories anyway.
Just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun. Shawn, Eric, and Dave are going to judge. I am just going to throw it to them. Give the opening statement or whatever, throw it to them. They're going to tell me who they vote for and yada yada. The winning show, the show that wins this is going to face X-Men the animated series in the next round.
And that would be interesting.
Are they? Or wait, no, or yeah, they're facing. Yeah, they're
Scooby Doo.
No, it's Scooby-Doo and Rugrats.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Simpsons or Recess are going to face X-Men the animated series. Next week's episode, which is going to be, spoiler alert, we're taping it after we do this episode, but it's not going to air till next week. is going to be Super Mario Brothers Super Show and Justice League. They're going to the winner of that one's going to face Rocket Power, and the winner of SpongeBob and Garfield is going to face me.
Okay.
So, going to be a little bit of a lopsided first round. Also in the first round, already booked. Like I said, Rugrats and Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Biker Mice from Mars, and The Real Ghostbusters and Pokemon. So, all right, without any further ado, I've wasted the usual first 6 minutes. We're going to go ahead. First category is theme song. Like last week, these two shows, like the two shows last week, these two shows did not have words in their songs. Simpsons, is that classic orchestra song. Recess is a really good, not necessarily Disney-like, because a lot of the Disney cartoons had theme songs, but the action sequence, just like kind of the action sequence in The Simpsons. So that's what made both of those unique. Simpsons has been, kind of critically acclaimed for many years. 35-year run so far, going on 36. Recess, and I'll get into this more later on, but even after Recess ended their run, they produced a couple of 1-hour TV specials, and they also had a movie. So put that up there right away. Thank you, Weebs. Groundskeeper Willie does rule.
Good afternoon, Weebs. Or good evening.
Yeah. So those two theme songs, similar in the fact that there's no words, but very different almost. But the action sequences, I think, is what really helps the intro.
Yeah.
So, all right, Shawn, I'm gonna go to you first. Who do you give the edge to? Who wins this category for you?
The Simpsons, hands down.
For the theme song?
The theme
Yeah,
song.
we're on theme song, Dave.
Yep.
All right. What'd you say, Shawn?
I lied to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
You lied to me.
all right. Eric, we'll go to you next.
I'm going to say Recess. I prefer the Recess one. I mean,
Okay.
But Simpsons one is legendary, though.
Yeah. All right. Dave?
I'm going with Recess on the theme song.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
And I just broke my number one rule: no cursing on the show.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I just like the more like, I don't know, it feels like more like boots on the ground, like kind of like, how school felt. Like it felt like a boot camp, like you're forced to be there. You have to do what they tell you and all that. It got that nice little thing going. Like I just liked it better. Like Simpsons, I didn't hate it, but I've heard it so long. I'm used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel too, Dave.
All right. So I think Shawn's camera keeps going out. So I think he just keeps throwing up at the fact that Simpsons has already lost a category. By the way, for anybody that is interested in hockey, Alex Ovechkin or the Washington Capitals are playing the Florida Panthers right now. They're in the third period. Washington is up 6-3. However, none of the goals have been scored by Alex Ovechkin.
Damn.
He's assisted on a couple, but he hasn't scored.
Are they at home?
Hit it, Obi. Do your thing, bro.
They are at home. He's 7 away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's record. And but yeah, he's been completely unselfish in this game. He's let other team members score.
It's about time.
Yeah.
It's only taken him his whole career to pass.
Yeah.
I wonder how many home games he has left.
That I don't know. All right, so we are going to move on to the animation quality category. Simpsons versus Recess. Now Recess is up 1-0. I did not expect this.
I didn't either.
Dave lied to me.
They lied to
I
each
kind
other.
of gave it to Recess because I thought Shawn and Dave were going to do Simpsons.
Yeah. So, all right. So,
Don't go based off me, dog. I'm the wild card. You don't know me.
well,
You don't know me.
Exactly. So,
You don't know my preferences.
Because that's even like, a few weeks ago when we were trying to figure out, all right, who's going to pick what show to come back for this wild card play-in. Like I had been asked, it's like, well, what are your three guys thinking? And I'm like, well, I know Simpsons is getting revived. I just don't know by who. And they're like, well, what is this person, and this person thinking? I said, well, I have a pretty good idea what Eric thinks, but he still surprised me. I kind of know what Shawn's going to do. Dave, I have no clue.
Yes, sir.
And
Dave is the wild card here.
Yeah. So, and by the way, that's a good thing.
I'm the unknown.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. So, animation quality, Simpsons versus Recess. Two very distinct things because you have Simpsons been around since 1989, but the animation quality has gone up. It started out like the first couple of seasons were but it's gone up.
It progressed with the time it was in. I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the exact verbiage. Recess is that Disney animation that has always worked. This was mid-90s, so it had kind of evolved. And even like in the television specials that I was telling you about, those hour-long TV specials, it evolved.
Yeah.
Like the animation was a little different. Now, I only watched one. I was going to watch the second one, but I've been so focused on watching hockey and college basketball all week that I forgot that what my number one priority is, and that's cartoons. But both shows, as far as the animation quality goes, like both really good animation quality. Simpsons, again, kind of started, it was just but it has evolved with the times.
Yep.
Yes, it has.
And Recess, even like I said, classic Disney animation. But also too, like even after the show ended, like they evolved with the TV specials that they did. So, Eric, I'm going to go to you first this time. Who grabbed
I'm going
it?
to be non-biased here. I'm going to say Simpsons. I think they have evolved and they have gotten better over time.
All right. Dave.
I'm going to have to second Eric there. I gave it to The Simpsons on animation.
All right.
I mean, just they have more detail in all of it. Like, you're not just in one kind of location, like how you're at the school, and it's just like the same kind of characters. And The Simpsons, you're traveling their whole town. You're going to Homer's work, his job place. You're going to the kids' schools and stuff like that. So, I mean, it takes a lot more. And, I love the animation where he's choking out Bart. I mean, I love that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Classic.
So, it's classic. So I gave it to The Simpsons.
Okay.
Yep.
Shawn, your vote technically doesn't count, but humorous anyway.
Simpsons all day.
Yeah, I think it's just, again, like Dave said, it has to do a lot with the fact that you're going from place to place. Like occasionally, like you might go like somewhere outside the school, like maybe somebody's house, but it's mostly happening at that school.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So tied 1-1. Which is how it technically started out last week before the Rugrats just kind of ran away with it. So we might have a pattern here. We might not, just stay tuned in and we'll see. All right. Originality and creativity. So Recess is one of those cartoons to where it's original in the fact that not a lot of, now sitcoms and other TV shows were like this, to where they mainly took place inside in the school and like outside, like on the grounds of the school. But cartoons really didn't, because there wasn't really a lot of cartoons that focused on a specific period of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a specific time period, like a specific 5 to 10 minute time period or whatever it was. And with the Simpsons, this is the first, I mean, basically the Simpsons was kind of, it's almost like an updated version of the Flintstones if Fred and Wilma had more kids.
Yeah.
All right.
I could see that. Like
Yeah.
modern day Flintstones.
Modern day Flintstones, because
Yeah, because everybody loved the Flintstones.
the only thing you could probably say is that Fred Flintstone and Homer Simpson were kind of, they were kind of alike, except for the fact that Fred, you could probably say, is a little smarter than Homer, but not by much.
Yeah.
And like Marge just kind of was like almost subservient most of the time to Homer, whereas Wilma had no problem hitting Fred in the head with a frying pan.
Yeah, that probably didn't help his intelligence.
Yeah. So exactly. But it was still creative in the fact that you have all these characters, because every character in The Simpsons, by the way, was relevant. And we'll get to characters, shortly. But it was still like both of them were, did have that originality and the creativity of both shows, especially The Simpsons. Some of the stuff they come up with over the years, which we'll get into in other categories. But both of them were original for the most part, except for, like I said, some people could probably say, all right, let's see. Simpsons arcade 4-player beat 'em up in 1991 was fun. I think I remember playing that.
Why does that sound so familiar?
Because it was an arcade game.
It was like the Ninja Turtle games back in the day, or the X-Men games. You gotta go. I think it's Mr. Burns steals Maggie or something like that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. But yeah, so both shows were original and creative in their own right, except for Simpsons. You could make the comparison to Flintstones if you really sit down and think about it.
Yeah.
So, Shawn, your vote didn't count in the last round, but it's going to count in this one.
Simpsons.
All right.
I think they kept up with the times.
Yeah.
Whatever the current event was going on in the world in the 90s up to today, they always kept, they made an episode about it.
Yeah.
A lot of times they say that The Simpsons foreshadowed a lot of things that have occurred, which I don't know if is actually true or not, but I see posts of those on Facebook and Reels and stuff like that all the time.
Yeah. All right. Eric?
I'm going to say Recess just to be a little different, and because you never had a cartoon as you said earlier, in that school area.
Yeah, it focused on that particular point of the day.
Yep.
All right, wild card.
Yeah, on this one I went Recess.
Wow.
Yeah. It's easy to stick with the times. And base a show off of kind of what's happening in today's world. That's not really original. You're kind of taking a script already and kind of just working off of that, trying to make it funny. So I don't think that has much originality to it as much as Recess did. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
Don't apologize
I
to
was,
me.
I was saying sorry to Shawn because he hurt.
I don't care.
He hurting.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to ask you, Shawn, are you turning in your resignation papers if Simpsons loses this thing?
No.
Hey,
I still have my I have my number one. Simpsons ain't my number one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know what your number one is, and by the way, your number one, depending on what happens with Super Mario Brothers Super Show and Justice League, I think your number one favorite show is going to be fine.
Yeah. This is my alter account.
Yeah. So, all right. So Recess is up 2-1. The person that had negative feedback for how you guys judged the matchup last week even said this week, it's like there's no way Simpsons beats Recess. So I'm kind of pulling for Recess just so I could see his head explode.
Wait, he said there's no way Simpsons beats Recess?
Or no, he said there's no way Recess beats Simpsons.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Yeah. No. He questions he said he will continue to question your guys' intelligence on the subject, and I'm like, go ahead. We already
realize our opinion and what we like.
Yeah, and that's what I told him, but he's got his he's upset that this show that there wasn't any anime on this show. And I said, wait till we do the next tournament, because I have somebody that one of my guys likes anime and will probably put anime in the next tournament.
Let's go.
So, by the way, Dave, I was talking about you.
Yeah, I know you're talking about me.
So I'm
a huge anime fan, baby.
Yeah. So he's like, well, you got to tell him to put this one, and I'm like, I ain't telling him nothing. I'm gonna let him do his own thing. I'm gonna give these guys free reign. I'm not gonna be a dictator.
I'm gonna pick some really good ones, man.
Yeah. So
but I'm gonna state right now, it's not gonna be Dragon Ball Z, because we all know what that is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick ones that we kind of you guys probably haven't watched, and my sole favorite one. That's it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's it.
Isn't that category?
Huh?
Is Pokemon considered anime?
Yep.
I think so.
I mean,
yeah.
I would consider it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
a little bit.
That's the next tournament. We still have to get through this one, but I'm basically planning on, I guess you would call it season 3 of the show. Season 1 was when I did the crossover. Season 2 is this, and season 3 will be the next tournament. But we still got a long way to go here. Category, huh?
Roger that.
Yeah. So category number 4, Recess is up 2-1. Category number 4 is characters. You have quite the mix of characters on both shows. Now, Simpsons has about 60 of them. By the way, Hank Azaria voices about 52 of them. But Hank Azaria, in my opinion, as far as voice actors go, Hank Azaria is right up there at the top with Jim Cummings, who voices a lot of the Disney stuff. As far as like one of the best voice actors. So I'm not going to knock Hank Azaria at all, but also, but in Recess you have quite the mix of characters too. Like you have all the kids, but you have the secondary characters of the principal. You have Miss Finster. You have Randall. You have the Ashleys. You have a couple more of the teachers. The parents kind of make their way in every once in a while.
Yeah, once in a blue moon.
Yeah. You have King Bob. Like you have quite the assortment of characters on both shows. So, and I mean, and then even there's like some episodes of The Simpsons even where it's not just focused on the Simpsons family. You get an episode about Apu. You get an episode about Moe. You get an episode about Groundskeeper Willie. Principal Skinner. Mr. Burns. All the characters. And almost the same thing too with with Recess. There's been episodes that have been focused solely on Miss Finster. So, Dave, I don't think I've done this yet, so I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, for characters, I'm going to go Simpsons. Kind of got to. They got more variety. They got a lot of depth behind them. And your main ones, I mean, you really get to know Homer and his family, Bart, Lisa, and, so you even got the dog. I forget the dog's name, bro, but
Santa's Little Helper.
Yeah. But you get everybody's got their own favorite. So I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to beat that.
Yeah.
I mean, they got so much variety. So.
All right. Shawn, I don't want to make your vote not count this time, so I'm going to go to you next.
The Simpsons.
Okay.
Just like we were saying, like large variety, but they all had their own storyline.
Yeah. All right. Eric, it doesn't count, but go ahead.
I'm going to say Simpsons. This was an easy one.
All right. So we know for a fact that it's at least going to get to the humor and entertainment value category because it's tied 2-2.
Best of 3.
Snap.
So it's tied 2-2. So we know we're at least getting to category 6. So this has gone further than what Rugrats and Superman did last week.
Yep.
So Recess is putting up a fight. We'll see what happens with this category, which is the episodes.
Oh,
the episodes of both shows, they had some really fun episodes. You had, like I said, in Recess, you had all sorts of, you had the episode where where Spinelli finds out her first name is Ashley, so she's forced to join the clique of Ashleys, which she hated. She would have rather been set on fire than join the Ashleys. You had an episode where the kids wanted Miss Finster to get off their backs, so they set her up with the school janitor, and then Miss Finster started kind of taking it easy on the kids, and then the kids missed it. And but Miss Finster, especially in the one special that I watched that was back from 2003, she was a big help to especially to Spinelli, because Spinelli was starting to lose her faith in Halloween. Yeah. And then Miss Finster kind of talked her back into it. So it's that is the most heartwarming I've ever seen that woman be.
Right.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. You had the other episode where Gus's first episode where he got brought in and he was just labeled as the new kid.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
And then but then he stood up to King Bob, and King Bob, he's like, I am not the new kid, I am Gus. And King Bob's like, okay. That's fine. We're okay with that. And then the kid that was labeled the new kid for the last 5 years is just I had to stick with that new kid name for 5 years.
Yeah.
And he only has to live with it for 3 days. And King Bob's like, you should have said something like he did.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah. It was a fun episode. Funny. What about the episode where TJ and Spinelli kissed? They were trying to figure out what it was. They wonder what it was like to kiss somebody, and then they got volunteered to kiss each other. So they're and TJ comes in wearing a suit, and Spinelli, they wanted to put Spinelli in a dress, and she threatened to beat up Gretchen. So Spinelli just took her hat off. She said it was good enough, and then they kissed or whatever. And then you have the Simpsons. It's especially some of the guest stars that the Simpsons have had over the years. Like Bret Hart was on the show. Ray Romano was on the show. Rodney Dangerfield was on. He played Mr. Burns' long-lost son, who got along with Homer, and Mr. Burns wanted nothing to do with him. There's the episode where a judge ordered Homer and Bart to be chained together, and then Marge tried to break this, and this judge was like she was like a replacement judge for a week. And then when she was going to sentence Bart to like 3 years in juvenile detention, the regular judge came back and said, "All right, I'm back now. Go away." The episode where Mo went to go visit his alma mater. The countless episodes where Bart would play the prank on Mo, call the bar and ask for Seymour Butts or Amanda Hug and Kiss.
Beaky Bum.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Simpsons had just about everybody on the show. I think John Cena was even on, wasn't he?
Macho Man was.
I remember that. So, like, The Simpsons, both shows had awesome episodes.
Yep.
So, all right. Shawn, I'm going to go to you first.
Simpsons. Simpsons all day. All day, every day.
Hey, you keep saying that, but I keep having to ask you.
No.
All right. Eric.
Recess. I just enjoyed the episodes more.
Fair enough. Dave.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Recess on this one.
Nice.
All right.
Let's go, Dave.
Here's the situation we find ourselves in, and I'm loving it. But I'm also surprised. Recess is one category away from winning this thing. By the way, they had the wild card coming in. Simpsons are trying to take it back.
Yep.
They want the wild card spot. I don't know if they actually want it or not. I haven't talked to anybody on the show, but Simpsons are looking to take it. Recess is not giving it up without a fight. Recess is one category away from taking this thing. However, the next category is humor and entertainment value, and I don't know if they can do it here. And the reason why is because Simpsons continues to make people laugh after 35 years. And there's a lot of humor and entertainment value, but there's also a lot of humor and entertainment value in Recess as well, especially Spinelli's smart mouth. And like, there's a lot of entertainment in seeing the hijinks that the kids come up with.
Yeah.
But then again, you have so many characters in The Simpsons that deliver that humor and entertainment value.
True.
Look at Grandpa Simpson.
Yep.
He could have nothing to do with the episode, and then he just pops up. Like when they say something about, Grandpa should be dead or something like that. And they're like, what do you mean I should be dead? But there's a lot of, both shows had their fair share of humor and entertainment. So
exactly.
Dave, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, for this, I'm going to have to go Simpsons. There's definitely a lot more humor into it. So overall, I just think it's a lot more, hilarious. Like they can they do some, like, I don't know, not inappropriate, but like they'll push the line a little bit more than what Recess, like more grown jokes,
Right.
like so like not as much for children. So I guess it's more funny to me.
Yeah. All right. Eric, I'm going to go to you next.
I'm going to say Simpsons. It's just a bit more funnier.
All right. Shawn, do I even need to ask?
I'll pick Recess now.
All right. So it's kind of like I kind of figured, because in the next category, I have a feeling I know how it's going to go.
Uh-oh.
Just because of the run. So I felt like that this was Recess's best chance to win.
What's the next category again?
Cultural
Legacy.
impact and legacy.
Legacy, dog.
So,
Oh, boy.
yeah. But Recess put up a heck of a... By the way, this thing had to go all 7 rounds.
Yep.
So,
Game 7 right
Yeah.
here.
so which
One will be eliminated.
Yeah. All right. Cultural impact and legacy. Simpsons has been on the air for they're in their 35th season or 36th season, I think actually. So obviously they have quite the legacy. They're still on, and I mean obviously they're still on in syndication, because I think FX or FXX has the reruns. So they're still, and again, they're still running strong Sunday nights at 8 p.m. on Fox. There's a plug for Fox.
That's been their time slot for over 20 years, right?
Longer that
20 plus.
I want to
years.
say that they have almost been on Sundays for. I don't know if they've been on Sundays since the start, but they might have been. But yeah, they've been on Sundays for a long time. They've been a stalwart in the Sunday night time slot.
Yep.
Recess, the impact and legacy. I mean, there's still, people still talk about it to fondness for this day. It's Eric's favorite show. So it's still, still has a fondness for a lot of people. I don't know if it necessarily has the legacy that Simpsons does. I do know that, they did have a cultural impact because, they had a movie, like I said, specials that came out after the show was off the air. Did they have video games for Recess?
I don't remember that.
Not that I know of. If they did, I never played it.
It would have been cool. It does sound like a good idea.
I'll look that up for you.
Yeah. I was going to say, Shawn, do you know if they did or not?
No, I'm not sure. I'm looking it up too.
I feel like they should.
It says they had one game called Recess School's Out.
Well, I know that was the name of the movie too.
It sounds like it's a good idea, Doug.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it was. Most cartoons had video games out at the time.
Oh, all right, never mind. It's not like official.
Okay.
It's not an official Recess game.
Okay. So, all right, and then obviously the Simpsons had, so many games out. They had a movie. You have Simpsons Monopoly, for Christ's sake. So this show left had quite the cultural impact, left quite the legacy. But you could say that Recess left a legacy of their own too.
Yeah, for the time.
Yeah. All right, Shawn, I'm going to start with you on this one.
Simpsons hands down. 35 seasons is insane.
Yeah.
For one. Yeah. And everything they've come out with is just very well done.
Yeah.
like video game like Simpsons hit and run video game is probably my top 5 ever, like best game ever.
Yeah, I liked Road Rage.
Yeah, Road Rage that's still good. I mean, what was hit and run was kind of the same thing when you could get out of the vehicle more.
Yeah,
it was more storyline based, not Taxi Driver.
That was Simpsons' answer to Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm. But I love that game so much. I've been trying to find it somehow. I think I can get it on PC, but yeah.
Taxi games?
No, hit and run.
Oh, okay.
Unless I buy a GameCube.
All right, Dave, I'm gonna go to you next.
For Legacy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pick Simpsons. There's no way you can't.
Because I wanted to go second, so Dave could be so it could be intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, there's no way you can't pick Simpsons for the legacy. I mean, 35 years. What show really has ever done that? Not.
None.
Yeah, I can't really think of one.
Exactly. So I mean, that in its own is
maybe
crazy
like
legacy.
Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, maybe.
Yeah. Well, no cartoon has ever done what.
But no cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been different iterations. Like Scooby-Doo is still relevant to this day, but that's because they come out with a new cartoon every 3 years.
Right. Yeah.
Right. This is continuation.
The only thing I could see coming close to is like maybe Pokemon. Like how long that's been around. It's been around
that's still
like
going today too.
Yeah.
90s, yeah.
So, all right, Eric.
I'm gonna just say Recess just to give them some love. But I truly get why Simpsons won.
Yep.
Just so it won't be a sweep.
Well, it definitely wasn't. Well, this whole thing was not a sweep. This was like close.
I mean this category.
Yeah. All right. So Simpsons wins 4-3. It was very close. Probably too close for comfort for a lot of Simpsons fans. But Simpsons moves on. They face X-Men the Animated Series in the official first round of the tournament, which is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, that one's going to be rough.
Yeah.
I think
I'm a huge fan of Wolverine.
My cousin's favorite cartoon.
Yeah. Yep. They did. They almost
not detention. They expelled them.
Yeah. I mean, they almost didn't though, Weaves. They Recess put up a fight and
I'll be right back, guys. Sorry.
Right.
Continue.
So all right. So we know they move on. So right now we know 4 of the 6 official first round matches that are going to take place in the first round of the tournament. We know Rugrats, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Simpsons and X-Men the Animated Series, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Biker Mice from Mars, and Real Ghostbusters and Pokemon. So now, it's getting more and more serious because now we're starting to see, okay, what's the best of the best here? Now next week, that's when everybody's going to be able to see the episode. Not this episode. You're watching this episode live. But next week's episode is going to be Super Mario Brothers Super Show and Justice League. Eric put Super Mario Brothers Super Show back in, put them back in to go against Justice League. We'll see exactly what happens.
You already know where I'm going.
Yeah. there's going to be a lot of DC fans that are gonna be listening to this, because I am going to, depending on what the result is, I may be, because by the way, we're recording it as soon as we get done here.
Yep.
All right. Because I'm not going to be in town next week, so we can't do the show live. So we're recording it as soon as we get done here. So depending on what that result is going to be, I may be trolling a lot of people that are DC fans. Because
so they can watch it.
Yeah. Although my brother might be, my brother's a DC fan and he hits pretty hard. So
he'll probably figure out which one won, but based on you.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. He knows we're doing a second episode. I just don't think he knows which one.
Roger.
Okay.
So, all right. So we're gonna sign off this, and then we're gonna go. We're all gonna go into the other chat room. Now, Eric, there's no way anybody can actually see what's going to go on in the next episode, because that's just going to be for our eyes only, correct?
Yep. Unless they're invited.
Well, I'm not inviting anybody.
And then once you got to download it and then upload it through YouTube, and then you can schedule it for a specific time and day.
Yeah. Well,
you can actually schedule.
Yeah, you can schedule it. Like, it will take you through I'll explain it in the video. The next one.
Well, Eric, you do it all the time with your shows that you pre-record with these two. You telling me you don't know how to do that yet?
No, I didn't know you can actually schedule it to come out a certain day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I always put it up right away.
So, all right. So we're going to get ready to do that. So we're going to log off here. We're going to take a breath for a couple minutes. I'm going to put on a different hockey game that I can watch in the background. Capitals won 6-3, by the way. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to have the second portion of our fun night, which will be released to everybody next week. But yes, so Simpsons moves on. X-Men, the animated series, is going to be their next opponent. So, all right, we'll see everybody next week. I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Later.
Later.